All right, here we are sitting at Mahina. We are sitting under this shelter, which is just a small little square shelter, and this would, I don't know what it'd be used for, but it's part of the forward base here. Behind us, the guys are busy working on the roof, so you're going to have some noises. You can hear the hammers beating on the construction site. But welcome, this is our life here in Chavuma. We are in Mahina.
Yeah. And it's been crazy. The last while we've been trying really hard to get down to an update. So I know some of you might be anxious because we haven't sent an update for a while. But it's been busy, and sometimes just when we've got some things and we're like, okay, let's do an update, then something comes in the way. So it's been a lot of interruptions.
Yeah, interruptions. I mean, this is life. It's just so busy.
Yeah,
it's just so busy. I mean, even right now, you see I'm on my phone while we're trying to do this because Denzel's also trying to meet with me read the Bible with me, but he's busy having his lunch. I'm sending him a message, Denzel, we're busy doing a recording update, so we're going to be busy here for the next 20 minutes. So yeah, call me after that. That'd be super cool. Call me on FaceTime. Nice one. Looking forward to reading the Bible with you. Yeah, welcome to Chavuma. In actual fact, this is Mahina. Mahina Forward Base. We've been very, very busy over the last couple of weeks. We haven't done an update yet since, I don't know, about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're overdue for an update. Thank you for your patience. I know some of you guys have been asking for it and been wondering if you're missing it. Thank you, Jacques Milan, for you checking up on us. And who else checked up on us?
A lot of people, but
a couple of people did.
One of the things I suppose that people will be interested in know is what is Mahina, what is it all about, or so on. So we're obviously working with Waymakers or for Waymakers.
Yes.
And the this place here, it's a village. It's about how many kilometers away from Chavuma?
It's about 20 kilometers as a bird flies, maybe a little less, but to get here by boat is about 27 kilometers.
Yeah, so there's usually 2 times or some parts of the year that we can reach it by road, but a lot of the time we can only reach it by the river.
During the wet season.
During the rainy season, because then the road area from between Chavuma and here is all flooded plains. So when it gets dried out, then we get an opportunity to come here with the vehicle, which is obviously a lot cheaper and probably faster as well. But the main point of this place is John Kambulo and his wife Rose. They own quite a large area of land here, and they felt that the Lord led them to give this land to be used for God's kingdom. So they have welcomed John Leach and Waymakers to use this property.
I'm very happy.
Good enough.
Yeah. I'm very happy, Bana.
Yeah.
This home is missionary home.
M1.
Missionary home.
Chamois.
Not a home for Satanists, no.
So John's been investing time and energy into this property to be able to build it up for the use of God's kingdom. So some of the things they've been thinking to use it for is for medical clinics. They want to do medical clinics for this area, which is quite sort of far out from the hospital and things like that. And then they also want to use it for pastor training, hub leader training, that kind of thing, and then other evangelism opportunities. So that's just a quick rundown of what Mahina is all about. And why are we here?
Well, we're here right now because the structure behind us, which they're working on, has been eaten up by wood borers and termites. So these support structures are all being compromised, and so we've brought here what they call kaploses. It's the first time I heard the word kaploses, but it's really just these wooden timbers. We brought 85 of them here in 2 different trips, and they're busy using those kaploses now to replace the wood borer eaten ones. Now
it's one of the challenges.
But the wood that we've brought is rosewood, which is a very hard wood, which even when you try and hit a nail through it when it's dried wood, the nails bend because you just can't get nails into it, so it's hard like rock. And the wood borers don't eat it, the termites don't eat it, so that's really why we're replacing it with rosewood.
Yeah, and just for interest's sake, those of you who are wondering what on earth are we talking about, here this is the bush life. It's one of the challenges you have with bush life. You cannot use just any kind of wood. Even in our house, we cannot use light wood, anything that's pine. Pine will be eaten up by the termites and the borer like this.
Any softwood
it's
just
done.
goes.
So the kind of wood that they use here is mainly rosewood and mukwa, which is hardwood, heavy wood, and they that lasts. But if they use just these softwoods like this, it's going to be gone within less than a year. That it'll be gone. So it's just one of the challenges we have here. But fortunately, there is a lot of rosewood, so that's good.
Yes. Anyway, so that has kept us busy, coming back and forth here to Mahina, bringing in wood and helping with the situation here. We've loved meeting and getting to know John Kambula and his wife Rose and their son Joseph, who live here on the property.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Mr. Michael is working very well.
They have really been very significant and instrumental in helping us to learn Luvali language. As well as Rainford and Henry, who are also here right now today. They've really been helping us learn the language. And so this has actually been a very good opportunity for us, not only to help and get to know the people, but to learn the language. We've made some significant advances in our language learning. Rainford, Henry, try Kunya. My church and my friends, I want to introduce you to them. Just say hello.
Hello, good afternoon, how are you?
This is Rainford, this is Henry. They have been teaching us. They have been teaching us Luvali, and we are enjoying their helping us to learn Luvali.
And I'm also glad to Mr. Michael. He's also my good teacher, is teaching me how to do the campetry. I really appreciate it, brother.
Tunasakulila.
Okay,
Morning, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so that is Rainford and Henry, such great guys. I really, really love working with them and learning from them. Rainford has also taken us out into some of the cultural activities where there are the Makishi dances and the the agricultural day.
Fair, agricultural day or fair or
they
whatever.
had all sorts of vegetables on display, big yams like I've never seen before, and all sorts of vegetables from this area which they put on display and had for sale.
Weird vegetables, like things we've never seen in our lives before. But even they they don't use it commonly. It's just that they do plant these vegetables every now and again. So it was very interesting to see some of the different beans and vegetables.
Yes, so some of the things that have been keeping us busy while we haven't been communicating with you, first of all, maybe let's talk about our water filter, because that's been an issue that has been a concern for us, and you guys have also been concerned for us, giving us advice. Thank you, Uncle Dave, for phoning all the way from Ireland to give some input on water filtration and using sand filters and other things. Even Dad, thank you for your advice using flocculants. But we have actually come up with a solution.
Yeah, I think we added 2 more filters. They're not Berkey filters. They are Stephanie filters. The cartridge is a little bit different, or the element is a little bit different. So we've kind of solved the problem by just putting in a new 2 more additional filter elements. They work on the same principle. It's like the ceramic filter with charcoal and colloidal silver and things like that to prevent viruses and bacteria. So it's working well. It's basically filtering double the speed, and therefore, even though we still have the slimy deposit forming, but we're getting enough water for our daily uses. So we're very grateful.
Yes, so that's one thing that's improved. Another thing that's improved is on our mission base. We installed another 9 solar panels. You might have followed some of our start to that project. when I put up the structure, but now we've actually been able to get the solar panels onto that structure and connect it up and working. That was a project which took us a couple of weeks actually, because there were complications with the frame as it was welded, wasn't fitting in.
Nothing goes easy in Chavuma. Nothing is easy. Everything you think it's going to work quickly, it's going to be a quick job to do. Nothing is easy. Just always complications.
Anyway, so at least that solar system is now working much better. We're getting enough electricity to run throughout the night now with all our fridges on, and also to put the geezers on
during the day. Nice hot water. Yay,
so
especially
that's
for the
working
winter.
for us, the 4 people that are on the property. So currently it's working fine. Although we are also investigating and actually trying to get a different means to heat up our water for showering instead of having our geysers connected to that solar system.
Solar or gas.
So we have investigated the solar geysers, which work with the vacuum tubes, and we've also looked at gas geysers, and so we're probably going to go with one of those 2 options, but that's still something in development at this stage. But at least our electricity is working much better now. I thank you for you who are concerned about that and kept asking us questions. Grateful for your input there. We've also had some trouble with the Land Cruiser. Right. Some of you have been following us on Facebook, and you've seen the Land Cruiser's radiator was had literally blown due to getting overheated. But the reason it got overheated was because it got filled with seeds. Then when we drive through the grass in these plains, the seeds fall off and get trapped in the radiator. And although we've had a mesh to prevent those seeds from coming in, that mesh doesn't actually work that well. So seeds actually come past that and get into the radiator, and they actually sit in between the air conditioner radiator and the main radiator, so they actually get jammed up in between that section. So even when we're inspecting it, it's difficult to see, because you look from the one side it looks clean, you look from the other side it looks clean, but the seeds are sitting in between the 2. And so that radiator blew. We waited 4 weeks to get a new radiator sent to us from Kitwe, and that has been installed now. So I installed that a week ago, I think it was.
But then that wasn't the end of the problem.
But that wasn't the end of the problem. So we started up the engine after that, and
you realized that the head gasket had blown.
All the symptoms of the blown head gasket are present. So unfortunately that engine needs to be overhauled. The engine is done 360,000 kilometers, so it's really done well. But for these kind of engines, it could still go at least another 100,000 before problems actually start occurring. But since the head gasket is blown now, it's probably a good time to get that engine overhauled. And so that's one thing that we as Waymakers are trying to raise funds for now. Is to get that engine overhauled. It's going to cost about 40,000 kwacha, which is also about 40,000 rand. So look out for some notices regarding fundraising for that, which will probably come up sometime soon. But I can't do that engine overhaul here.
No, you need
it needs engineers. The head needs skimming. The block might need honing, and the crankshaft is also going to probably need some work, and that's not something that I can do. It's definitely not in the bush here anyway. So that's all going to be sent in to get done. You actually got some your kids. Those kids came along and
so
you had some good opportunity.
I know last time we kind of mentioned it, there was this group of kids that I was going to start teaching, and they did come, and it was wonderful. I started basically with some Bible stories that has pictures, and it starts from Genesis, and it basically works through the story of the Bible, and I was going to use that to teach them, and then to just engage with them and build relationship with them. I found it extremely engaging to be able to learn a little bit of Luvali from them, but also for them to learn English, because we were using words and we'd focus on different words. And I told them to come again, but they came that Friday, and I asked them to come again, and the next Monday they were back. But we were still busy with some things, so I had to ask them, please, can they come on the Friday? And then the Friday there was some celebrations happening in the village. They didn't pitch up, The next Friday they didn't come either, and the next Friday they didn't come. So now we've gone 3 weeks.
You haven't seen them yet again,
I haven't
eh?
seen them again. So I'm hoping they are going to come eventually.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
they
sure they'll
haven't
come.
they haven't come at all. So I'm praying that eventually they will come, because we want to build relationship with them.
Yeah, it's the
key
primary thing that we want to do is build relationships here.
But we
We've-
have come to understand that English is not the primary reason why the kids are not going to high school. Originally, we were made to understand that they weren't able to go to high school because they can't understand English. But although that is true for some, that's not the primary reason. There are a lot of more socio-political kind of reasons why they
I'd say, yeah.
socioeconomic,
Yeah.
reasons why they are not able to go to school. Apparently, even early marriages.
Yeah.
They get married in primary school, so they don't go to high school. It's just insane. We still have to investigate more. We don't know all the facts. So
But
we're
English
still
is something that we can help with still, but it's not the reason why they can't get into school. We've had some good discussions with some of the education department people. I mean, Davey's wife is a school principal here. So look, a lot of our research has actually been restricted to this east side of the river. We're sitting right now on the east side of the river. This is the Zambezi River right here, and there is the West Bank. But over there, obviously, is a lot more need for various things, including English teaching. But we're still also discovering and doing our research for that side as well. So that's the English. The other thing is we've been busy in the lodge, I suppose, preparing for some guests.
So the guests that were supposed to come, there was a big group that was going to come, and we were preparing. That was what you did the boiler for and all that kind of thing. So there was a big group coming, but because of the riots at Stellenbosch University, their holiday had been shifted, and therefore a whole bunch of them couldn't come anymore. So that
trip has been cancelled altogether.
So that they may come at a later stage, like at the end of the year or next year. But for now, those guests are no longer coming. But we are expecting guests to come at the end of this week. They're going to be doing harvesters training, so we are looking forward to them.
Yes.
And there will be some staying in the lodge and some staying in the guest rooms and so on.
So preparing for those guests arriving, it's a lot of work as well. And we're very happy for our guests, and we look forward to their arrival. Actually arriving this coming Saturday. So look forward to that, and it's going to be a busy time of training as well, and meeting new pastors, because all the pastors are going to come together for training. So I'm really looking forward.
You've done some harvesters online training to finish 2 more modules.
We did that in the last 3 weeks.
So
it's been very good in terms of training and getting my mind activated. And
then you went to Angola yesterday?
Yes. So
that was
yesterday, Sunday that is, we went to Angola, myself and John. It was a sudden. John called it an emergency, but I mean it was a self-imposed emergency in one sense. Masaha Matondo from Angola, he was donated a lot of actually equipment for the clinic which he's got going there in Angola, part of his mission work there. And so some solar panels and lithium-ion batteries and a whole inverter system which had been donated to him from
and mattresses,
donors elsewhere, I think in Europe. So it's a wonderful gift and donation for his ministry there. We also donated some mattresses to the ministry there for the clinic as well. And so they loaded all these things onto the trailer, and the guys who were coming to install the solar kits, they had a limited amount of time to be able to help Masaha get these things connected up. And they'd come in through here from Lusaka, and that's really what put pressure on the situation. They were trying different means to get the stuff into Angola, but they had failed all other means, and so they came to John and asked John if he would help. Now John, obviously being a waymaker, he obviously agreed, yes, we will make a way and we'll get the stuff into Angola. And so we loaded onto the trailer. But
Saturday we were actually busy trying to finalize an update for you guys.
We're trying to do this update.
And then in the middle of that we were like
John walked
John
in
says,
and he was like, hey guys,
pack your stuff, you're going.
We're going to go. I'm like, what?
So then we had to stop with that. it just gives you an understanding of when, you know, we may plan certain things and think we want to do updates regularly, but there are things that happen like spur of the moment, and then you got to kind of handle the crises or the situation.
Yeah, so the Angola trip was quite interesting, with a fully loaded trailer, getting through the border. Now, actually, this border post with Zambia and Angola is closed. Angola is actually closed in terms of not welcoming any people to cross the border
from Zambia.
Yeah. Other borders with Congo and Namibia are open, but from Zambia, for some political reasons, it's closed. And so we actually struggled to get through that border, but we made some arrangements with the local officials. In fact, Mutondo Masaha made those arrangements because he's from that side. He knows the officials, and we're developing a relationship with the border officials to actually allow us as missionaries to pass through, because it's not like we're entering and staying there. We're just entering to help and then coming back. And so, yeah, an arrangement was made. Getting through the border took us almost 2 hours. It actually was 2 hours. I mean, we got there at 7:30, and we were finally through all the border arrangements at 9:30.
And just to say that the border is like 10 kilometers from Chavuma, so it's very close.
But that road is horrendous. Look, a lot of it's sand tracked, like we've been through the dark forest on our Lusaka trip. A lot of it we're kind of familiar terrain, but there's also a lot of terrain there as it goes down into a little dip and valley, and then up on the other side where the streams flow. The bridges are a bit dodgy as well. They go over the streams.
You actually got stuck with your trailer.
One place we did get stuck with the trailer in one of the bridges, but we managed to get out of that. But other sections, like the water rushes down the road so much that the dongas are like, it's crazy. Sometimes a vehicle is almost leaning like 45 degrees, and it almost feels like I want to tip over, and then the other side again. And so it
took 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours to travel 80 kilometers.
So that's insane.
Anyway, so we managed to deliver that material for Masaha and for the people there. They were very happy with it, with the material, of course. But we couldn't stay long because we had to rush back to get across the border before the border closes. And so with the empty trailer, we rushed back. And that trailer was bouncing around being empty. And in fact, one of the springs got broken in our return trip with the empty trailer. So I need to also fix that up. Get it ready for work again. But there was a lot of fun going to Angola and seeing where Mutondo Masaha is working. He's one of the pastors who are part of the harvesters training, and these are some of the pastors that we are working with, and he's doing church planting in that region, and there's other key members he is training through the harvesters program, and there's such a great opportunity for kingdom growth there, and Masaha's got such a great heart for the gospel. And if you want to know more about Masaha, please follow. I'll put a link in the description below. You can watch one of the videos on the Waymakers YouTube channel, where Masaha just gives his testimony and his heart of how he came to know the Lord, and his heart for missions there in Zambia. So we really love Masaha and are loving getting to know the people here.
I think it's been really vital for us at this moment to develop relationships. So for us, it's been a very good time of building relationships. It
has. So guys, look, I think that's enough maybe for this update. Otherwise, it's going to get too long. Is there anything else that we missed that we really need to talk about?
No, I think we're just we just want to express our appreciation for those who've been consistently supporting us financially every month. That helps us to budget and to be able to work, work effectively. It means we also don't have to worry about the financial burdens or anything. We can just focus on God's work. You guys have been partnering with us. And definitely those of you who've been just a phone call away for a prayer and just walking the road with us, thank you so much. And we love getting feedback from you. So to get a little message or a note or a comment on any of our oops Kim's hello.
See now, Renee.
No, I think it was accidental. My finger touched it. We're busy recording an update. we're so this is in the recording now. I love you too much.
Call her back. Love you, Kimmy.
I'll call you back just now. Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Relationships.
It just means so much to us if you send a little note, a comment, or a email or something on a response to a video or something we've posted, or just a random message. It really does mean a lot to us.
We thank God for you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
We thank God for your encouragement. We thank God for your financial support. We thank God for your hearts, for the way you guys love us. Thank you so much for watching this video through to the end. Yeah, you guys are great support. So we'll try and keep you guys updated more regularly. Sorry for this big break that's been. But yeah, please also visit the Waymakers website to find more information about what's going on. Sign up to their newsletters. Look on their YouTube channel. Also, you'll find a lot of cool videos about the work that is going on here and how God is helping us to help the people here. So yeah, thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.